A big hello to everybody from me and Sunny. Hello, everybody. Okay. Well, today I'm very happy to, or we are very happy to announce we have the February digital kits all set up. Yes, they're ready to go in the Etsy shop, and they are. You're going to start digging on the garbage can right now? That's my sidekick. Hang on. Never a dull moment at the soap sanctuary. That's my whole business. Okay, carrying on. All right. Anyway, didn't we have a lot of fun today, Sunny? Sunny and I went for a walk, but we were very excited that we got our latest digital kits set up. So I want to go ahead and show you the kits, and then I want to show you some examples of how you can use the kits. If this is a journal that I'm working on, it's going to completely transform, but I've got some prototypes in here I'd love to show you. Hello, my little digger. Hey, my little digger. Okay, so let's start with Valentine Vintage. Actually, let me zoom you in. Okay, so these are some beautiful, okay, yep, are we going to do that? We're going to do that, aren't we? Yes. Okay, hang on. I got to move the can. All right, that's life around here. That's just the way it goes. Okay, these are Valentine Vintage Valentines, and these are all very beautiful images. They can be used actually any time of the year. I have a collection of old Valentines that I love to just tuck into journals. Let me see if I can show you some of those without knocking everything over. Okay, I have this little box, this little drawer box of them. And they're just, I use them all year long. It doesn't matter to me what time of the year it is. I will tuck an old vintage or antique Valentine into a journal just because it's cool. You know, it doesn't have to be Valentine's or not. So anyway, we have these, and there's 5 pages. So let me kind of show you what the pages look like so you can get an idea. So I also put different sizes of things in here so that you would have variety, because, you know, you never know what you're making. You're doing different things, and apparently my birds are dingling away. My dog is digging away, and that's just the way it is right now because there's a lot of activity here at the old paper outpost. So here are some of the pretty pictures, and there are 5 total. I have 3 here because I think I've been cutting them up and using them and things. So I think that's what happened. Yes, that is what has happened. I know that because I was the one that did it. Okay, and here the next one is called, I present to you, Leaves of Nature. Now, I had to laugh at myself for coming up with this name because I thought Leaves of Nature, for some reason, to me, sounds like pigs in space, you know? I don't know, I just thought it was the funniest name. But where else are leaves, right? Other than in nature. But, I docked myself 10 points for lack of creativity on that one. But the pictures are really cool. And if you like botanical illustrations, these are just gorgeous. And there's all sorts of different kinds. And again, I tried to give you different sizes, and there's so many things that you can use with make with these. You can do pockets and tucks and journal tags and journal cards and little notebooks and so many things that you really do have a lot of variety with these. And there is one more page, but I did cut it up to use as the examples, so you will get to see that momentarily. And one other thing I did with Leaves of Nature, I ran some of these through my printer, and I just printed them out right on these glassine bags, and they came out kind of cool. I really like them. I'm going to put them in my next bundle. It was a little tricky. I will kid you not. It was a little fandangly, and I did it without taping every bag to a page because I didn't want to do that because I thought it might tear the page. And but I think they came out really cool. So you have a lot of flexibility when it comes to what you can do with your Digi Kits. You can just do all sorts of crazy kooky things like this. Like, you just never know what's going to happen. Now, some printers it might work, some it might not. Sometimes these get jammed because the printer isn't happy if it's slippery or something like that. But sometimes you can find workarounds, and you can make it happen. If you're just committed and you say you're going to find a way, you will find a way. The next one is called Bird Illustrations. Yes, these were some beautiful images that I came across that I really wanted to share with you. And I thought, you know what? I got to share these. These are just amazing. And, who doesn't love little birds? There's always a place for a little bird, right? And they'll go pretty much in any Most journals, you're going to be able to find a place for a little bird, or you can do an all bird journal or a nature journal or a botanical journal accented with birds. I mean, I don't think we can ever have too many bird images to play with. So I'm always on the hunt for beautiful bird images, and I curated these for you. So I hope you find something that might speak to you here, but there's all sorts of pretty little birds. I also have birds black and white and songbirds and other bird Digi Kits, but I just can't get enough of birds. I just keep looking for them and love to play with them. This is harkening back, since it's, you know, February and Valentine's and everything. I thought it would be fun to see some vintage bridal beauties. So this is Bridal Beauties Vintage, as I call it, because I want to put the first word to be something that's easy for you to look up, like brides or bridal or something like that. So these are some very beautiful old images of wedding pictures from way back when. And some of them are quite unique and quite unusual. And they're really, I don't know, I think they can add a lot of flair and fun and maybe trigger some memories for some folks. Maybe you've seen similar things like this, or maybe you have some of these images or pictures back home in your collections of photos and things like that. Remember when we used to have hard copy photos? I know, we live at such a different time now. It's so bizarre. And yeah, so they're just some really beautiful, beautiful pictures. You know, kind of makes you wonder, where was their marriage a happy one? Were they, was it a good one? How did it go? What was the end of the story? You know, we all get trapped in we want to find out what happened, you know? So anyway, there are 5 pages with each, just so that's clear. And then the last set for February is called Medicines, Cure-Alls, and Tinctures. So these are so much fun because back in the Victorian day, they had a cure-all for everything. I mean, you name it. The health biscuit. Yes, that sounds lovely, doesn't it? For mental and physical exhaustion and dyspepsia. Yes, you can put those all together. And a lot of them were cure-alls for multiple things. Cough syrup. Could use some of that today. What do we have? Seltzer and Ayer's pills. The little favorites, sugar-coated, even better. Hey, we're talking health here, people. Yeah, so many different things, and such an interesting walk back through historical times of what we used to convince ourselves would help. And some stuff was probably better back then than it is today, so some might be worse, you know. How about that Wahoo tonic? There you go. Flurry's Wahoo tonic. Who's that? Oh, are those his feet, or did somebody else pass out underneath the table because maybe they had a swig of Wahoo tonic? How about these? Carter's Little Liver Pills. Anybody remember those? A positive cure for a sick headache. Yes, there you go. And I wonder what was in those. Does anybody know what was in those Carter's Little Liver Pills? Don't scratch, use mentholatum. So just a lot of really fun things. And I'm going to show you some different ways that you can use these, but the possibilities are endless with these. And you guys deserve to have some fun with all the wonderful nostalgia that's out there. And I know it's not always easy to find this stuff or come across it. So I feel like somehow putting it together might serve a purpose. So here we go. There we go. All right, let's take a peek at the journal that I'm working on. And I made little flips here so I can remember where I wanted to show you. So this first one, and these are very simple ideas because I just wanted to show you something basic that most folks can make, and just to give you some quick ideas of what to do. This is called a hangover. I call it a hangover because it hangs over the top of any page. It's very easy to make. I have a video on that, but you can take this idea in a multitude of ways, and I just used one of the bird images here from Bird Illustrations as a little pocket on the front. So that's something that you can do. Now I kept running with the pocket ideas, and I just put some little scraps of paper in here with some stamps on them, and also used some of these other beautiful bird images as pocket ideas. There we go. That's better light, right? Okay. And then I made a little petticoat style notebook down here. And so there you go. That is the hangover for this page. There we go. Very easy to assemble. You don't even have to pin it in. It just stays. And oh, the next one is a very simple concept. It's one of the smaller images, and I just layered it on some lace, and you can go ahead and just make a page tab out of it that way. Very easy to do. So if you're ever finding that you need page tabs, you have options. And also if you're ever trying to cover, let's say you use let's say, of course I can't find one for the life of me now. Let's say you use a college rule paper and it's got the little circles where the binder goes through. You can always put one of these over where the circle is just to cover it up. It's a great little thing that we can all do. All right, and the next idea is, oh, it's here. Yeah, oh, I don't even have a thing. Look at that. And okay, so this one I made, it was a very simple envelope construction. Hi. Oh, look at you eating the plastic from my desk. Yes, I see that. I do. Thank you very much. You don't want to eat that. No plastic for you, baby. This is from an Edith Holden page, and I just constructed it into a little multi-pocket pocket or envelope, and I just sewed it around, and on the front I put a little paper ribbon with a little bling, and I took some of the smaller images and made a little mini collage here. And then this image I made as a little side pocket for this little image. So you can have a variety of things you can do with different sizes, which makes it kind of fun. And then on the back, I have this big, isn't that beautiful? That beautiful bird. And I just used this as another little side image. And in here you've got some images from the medicines, cure-alls and tinctures, and also from the leaves of nature. And I can't get that out of my head. The pig's in space now. It's stuck. And maybe it's going to be stuck in your head now too. Sorry. So anyway, this particular Edith Holden page came from one of her recipe books. And it actually said like meat, poultry, and game. And I thought, well, that's very nice, Edith, but I can't have that with my birdie pictures on the front. So we had to cover it up. So I put a little bit of napkin there with a little piece of bed sheet stamped with some words, and just put a little piece of extra material I had there. Cut out some little pieces out of some pretty paper I had sitting on the desk, and then I just stuffed her full with all sorts of little birdie cards. I thought this would be a nice little collection somebody could go through and maybe do some writing on the back. There you go. So there's a lot of ways you can use these things, and there's another little birdie in there too. There's this guy too. And so that's something that you can add into your journals very easily, a little add-on notebook that can be removed, or you can glue it down in place, totally your choice. What else do we have here? Let's see what's next. Okay, here's a page. I used one of the leaves of nature as a giant pocket, and then I used one of the Bridal Beauties as a tuckable little journal card. And I put a little lace up there. And I just think this picture is so cool with her flowing dress. It looks like almost the Marilyn Monroe picture, you know. But she must have really been coming down that staircase at a interesting speed to get some air uplift like that. You go, girl. So I just did some stamping on the background and trimmed this page in a little bit of lace and put a little fabric cluster up there. But you could do anything you want with these things. This was a very bright, intense yellow page, and I wanted to knock it down a little bit. So that's why I came in and muted it a little bit with the brown background. Okay, let's see what else we have in here that I can show you. Okay. This is a little bit bigger of a thing, but I just wanted to show you options of what you can do. I've made these paper bag notebooks before, and they're a lot of fun. I covered this one in lace and sewed all the way around, but these birdie images, they're so beautiful. They can make gorgeous journal covers themselves, and you can layer them and add little toppers or backgrounds to them or ink them, and it really gives you a lot of variety because they're really beautiful images. And they can also easily be added as little corner pockets. So that's what I did here with this little guy, just something fun. And are you stuck? Did I stick you in? Okay, I'll re-glue you. Don't worry, it's all right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so another little corner pocket idea. And so they have multiple uses. So kind of remember that when you're making things that, or when you see things, when you get things, there's so many different things you can do with them. Now here's a little corner pocket that I made, the corner tuck, sorry, upper corner tuck. Let me take it down here, there's more light down here. So I put, this was made out of a book page. I sewed it, I put a ribbon on it, and then I put a little picture from a field guide. But the actual item that I used from these Digi Kits is this Valentine. It's a very old Valentine. And I tucked a little piece of paper behind it as so I'm using it as a corner tuck. But I put it onto a piece of old ephemera. And this piece is actually from 1887. It's beautiful on the side and it's just gorgeous the way it is, but when I folded it up it looked a little bland, and I thought, gee, I could just pop something on there and actually turn it into a little pocket, and that helps break up this white space here, and you know, just gives a different option. Like when somebody's pulling out, they're not going to know what it is. They'll be like, oh, that's cute, oh, that's kind of neat, and what's that? And then they open it up and they say, oh my goodness, look how old this paper is. But you don't have to use authentic old ephemera. You can use just whatever you have, whatever you create, scrapbook paper, you know, just fun things you find. It doesn't all have to be old stuff. That's just one of my personal things I love to collect. But you do you. Okay, so let's see what else we have in here. Nope. That was from before. Let's see. Oh, this is just a simple upper tuck, and I wanted to show you how you can have variety with these rectangular images. So this upper tuck this is one of the Valentines. See, it says "To My Valentine," but it's also very nostalgic and very vintage or Victorian, and it's just adorable. And I tucked some old music paper in here, and I chose the music paper because I already have writing here, so I thought, what can I do that's different, and put it in here. So I tucked some old music paper in there. And then here I put one of the other Valentines, which is a little bit more probably from the 40s or something like that. And then I just tucked a little piece of paper under there that they could pull out to use. And so you can actually have a double upper tuck, because things tuck under them in an upward motion, but you can actually have an upper tuck down below. That's really what I was trying to show you there. So you can upper tuck your way to, you know, to Kalamazoo. Okay, this was kind of a fun one. I got these little organza bags. Can you see those? They're little organza bags. Let me zoom you in so you can see them. Okay, and they have the drawstring. I think they're used for wedding favors and things like that. But I had two of the really cute little birdies, and I was making some little tags with them with cute little toppers. And I thought, well, gee, those are cute. Why don't I tuck them in two little organza bags, and that way they'd have some place to write on the back, and also a little tuckable place. And so those are options that you can play with, so they can be cards and tags and pockets and tucks and oh my, right? All right, see what else we have in here as we're cruising through. Here's just a very simple, this is just a general journal tag, and I now got my paperclip stuck to it. Okay, come down here. Well, yeah, okay, there we go. So I just put a little foo-foo on the top. It's one of those eyelash trim things, and then whoop, that came off. Okay, that's the way it goes sometimes, right? I used a little brad through here, and I just thought this image was so pretty on its own that I thought it made a nice little standalone journal card. So I thought I would just clip that to the top, and I will fix that, of course. As the springs and coils pop out of what I make, I will fix everything before I release it to the universe. Here is an example of using, this is a very tiny little Valentine. And no, I'm sorry, this is tooth sarsaparilla. Yeah, so that comes from the vintage medical, the medicines, cure-alls, and tinctures. And I just backed it on a little piece of fabric that I thought would pop against, and that covers the little binder hole. I don't know why I feel compelled to cover those. You don't need to cover those. They're actually quite nostalgic as they are. I covered mine. Yeah, so I think there's one more thing in here. What is it? Oh, yeah, we have this. This was just fun. This is using the leaves of nature, and I just made a corner tuck, opposing corner tucks, top and bottom, kitty corner from each other, and then in here I just made something that would fit. You can put anything in here. It doesn't matter. It could be a card. It could be, you know, music paper, dictionary paper, whatever you like. And I just made a pretty little background there for it. And then with this, I had some of this beading from a, I think it's from a Bridal, you know, demonstrations on how you can do different bead designs. And, but I loved it. And I thought, well, what can I make? And this has no name. There's no real what it is. It's just a thing, but they're all for inspiration and evoking prompts and nudging people to just think about different things. So, you know, maybe wedding and persistence, you know, you gotta catch your mate, number one, but then you also have to stick to the marriage, number two. So there you go. And those are some beautiful leaves from the Leaves of Nature. And then on the back, I decided to put some birds here, which I was originally going to make into a like a pull tag, but I thought, you know, it went so well back here, I thought I'd make it a little pocket. So I just turned it into a pocket, and then I put one of the beautiful brides in here in the pocket. So there she is, and you can write on the back of her. So there's a million and one ideas with what you can do with these things. And we will keep going until we discover all of them together, because you guys come up with so many amazing ideas. I'm just so thrilled with what y'all make. So I think that's all of them, right? Yes, here's just a little extra Valentine hanging around. So if you're interested in capturing these new little babies, they are available in my Etsy shop right now. And I'll just tell you their names again. Valentine Vintage, okay? Leaves of Nature. Yep, there you go. And then there is bird illustrations. Mm-hmm. And then there is, these are Bridal Beauties, I think. There it is. Bridal Beauties. Bridal Beauties. And then we have the medicines, cure-alls, and tinctures. So there we have 5 new sets. And then, like I said, you can do so many different things with these when you get your little creative hat going. And I would love to see what you guys make with these, because we have only begun to chip away on the possibilities of these. So I hope you had fun here today, and I hope you got a little inspiration of things you might like to make or create or experiment or try in your journals as you go through your journal journeys. And I love hearing about your stories and what you've learned along the way and what you've experienced. And so if you find value here, please like, subscribe, and share. Click the notification bell if you'd like to be notified of new videos that come out. My videos come out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern time. And as you know, I have an Etsy shop, and that's where that's the home for my vintage Digi Kits. You can, I think there's going to be 79 once I post these up. What else? I occasionally put journals or gift bundles or random things that I will put in the Etsy store with announcement and without announcement. So sometimes you'll find a video showing what it is, or you'll see something on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or something like that, Pinterest, showing what's being placed for sale. But other times I just like to sneak things in there just to see what happens. And that way I kind of think I'm sort of giving everybody a fair shot at, if they're interested in something, they might just come along and strike it lucky. So what else? Oh, I do podcasts. They're free to listen to if you have Apple or Google or Spotify, or if you don't have any of those, just click on the link below in the description box, or go to Anchor FM and look up the paper Outpost, and you will find I think I had over 99 podcasts just last year, but I'm going into my 3rd year now. So there's lots of material, and it's all new, and it's different from the YouTube videos, but it's focused on junk journals, crafting, paper crafting, life of a crafter, things we all face as crafters, how we can, just life in the craft room, and just kind of some funny little foibles that come along the way. So I hope you enjoy all that. And don't forget our Facebook group. We're having a lot of fun over there. So the Facebook group originally came about because when I would put my videos out, I would have a lot of people contact me and say, I loved your video on this or that, and I really want to show you what I made. And I thought, I want to see what you make, but I don't want to be the only one that sees what you make. We can all learn together. So why don't we have this common place where everybody can show what they make? And so that's kind of how it came about. And people are extremely friendly over there. And if you have questions and that type of thing, they'll be very happy to answer your questions or help guide you to what you might need to know that might make your journal life a little bit easier. Because if you get through a few tips and tricks, you're going to be just fine, because it's those little tiny stumbling blocks. If you could just figure out how to get your signatures aligned, how to get your pages to be the same size, how to get a sharp cut on the edge of your pages, how to make a strong journal, how to sew through spines and things like that, how to reinforce a spine. I mean, all these little goofy things that we learn along the way. Thanks to the grace of YouTube, we're able to save a lot of these ideas. And I've learned so much from the other people out there in the junk journal community. And so I'm very, very thankful to be part of this community. And it's just a good thing. It's just a good thing. What can I say? So remember, from all of us to all of you, we send you all big hugs. Remember that fun can be simple, and go out there and create with reckless abandon. Glue that paper, stick that stuff together, and just have some fun. All right. See you back on the table, and take care till next time. Bye-bye.